So, I don't need to shout. Does anybody want to prove me wrong or disagree with me that Jeffrey, no, I'm saying, I don't need to shout. I'm saying come up close. When I address a crowd, I shout. Oh, so a libtard says something and runs off. All the so-called leftists aren't really liberal. You just signed on to fake corporate garbage covering up the child trafficking of Jeffrey Epstein at the behest of Google, at the behest of these companies that covered up Hillary's blackmail rings. Google is guilty of helping Hillary Clinton and Epstein cover up the child trafficking rings. Google blocks any information of this. This is the reality of what's going on. We've got this Google security guy. You know, the homeless are over here crapping on the ground or injecting heroin. It's not an issue. It's a public commons. It's the porch of this place. Hell, I'll go tell Google right now. Woo! What's your name?
Travis.
Hey, Travis, how you doing? So we're asking, I think that he was killed. I don't think he killed himself. What do you think?
I don't think he killed himself either. In fact, I was Jeffrey Epstein for Halloween this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I had a big old noose around my neck and a prison costume. It was fun. But I don't know who killed him. I just don't think he killed himself. Like, there's no way.
Well, you're not supposed to ask questions in America, though. You're supposed to believe the official story, even though two coroners, the public coroner and a separate coroner, said his neck was broken in two spots, indicative of homicide.
And at the autopsy on day one, there were findings that were unusual for suicidal hanging and more consistent with ligature homicidal strangulation.
Sure. But the media says that he killed himself, so you better do what they say, or you'll be called a conspiracy theorist.
The evidence points toward homicide rather than suicide.
Why?
Because there are multiple 3 fractures in the hyoid bone, the thyroid cartilage, that are very unusual for suicide and more indicative of strangulation, homicidal strangulation.
What is your view on Jeffrey Epstein? I started talking about him 13 years ago, said he was running blackmail rings.
Yeah, I think he's involved in QAnon.
No, I'm not involved in QAnon, but just to be clear.
All right, but Pizzagate though.
I started, yes, absolutely. The media tried to spin something about a pizza place instead of the WikiLeaks that was specifically about Jeffrey Epstein and child kidnapping rings and blackmail on the Clintons. And now ABC News got caught on a hot mic saying it was the Clintons and blackmail and children. Exactly what I pioneered and first exposed is all now confirmed.
First of all, I was told, who's Jeffrey Epstein? No one knows who that is. This is a stupid story. It was unbelievable what we had. Clinton, we had everything. I tried for 3 years to get it on, to no avail, and now it's all coming out. And there will come a day when we will realize Jeffrey Epstein was the most prolific pedophile this country has ever known. And I had it all 3 years ago.
Brian Stelter has come out and defended ABC, covering up the photos and video of girls being trafficked in sex slavery and the Clintons using it to blackmail people. ABC News. So 13 years ago, I exposed Epstein when it first came out in federal documents. Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself, proved me wrong. But liberals on the street came up and said, oh, you're the Pizzagate guy that said the Clintons are involved in trafficking kids with Epstein, which they said I made up, but it's all true. And it's all going to come out. Google deplatformed us, and the main reason was exposing Jeffrey Epstein. They called it a conspiracy theory, and that I had to be taken off the air because I dared talk about imaginary child kidnapping rings that the Clintons were using with Jeffrey Epstein to blackmail rich, powerful, pervert men. And Google is complicit in protecting child trafficking. Google is complicit in protecting kidnapped children and child trafficking for the Clintons and others. 13 years ago, I exposed Jeffrey Epstein as being the procurer for the Clintons for blackmail rings. 13 years ago, I specifically did, because it came out in federal court cases. Prove me wrong. I think Epstein got murdered. That's what the coroner said.
Yeah, I agree. Killed him.
But the mainstream media says he didn't.
I just want everyone in the world to know that Jeffrey Epstein did not kill himself. It was a complete conspiracy all the way to the Clintons.
Fight criminal! Let's do it.
How you doing, man?
Good.
my guy right here. Dude, you are. I love this dude.
You like Hillary?
Cheese. Oh.
Thank you.
Thank you. And let's just say to YouTube and Google and everybody, hey, you know, if you're not evil, then stop blocking this information.
I'm a huge fan. Thank you for all.
Well, God bless you. You want to get on camera and ask a question for her quick?
No, thank you. I'll probably get fired from my job.
All right, we don't want that to happen.
All right.
I know, it's got to be
Have a
so
good
free.
one.
All right. Let's do it.
Can we say I'm not bragging?
Yeah. I'm not bragging. I will never kill myself. I will never kill myself. Never.
Be quiet though. That's a good start.
Oh, I can be quiet and stop exposing the child kidnapping rings? They're all confirmed?
No, just in general, you can be quiet.
I'm never going to shut up. It's called free speech. It's called America. See how that works? See how America works? I'm not going to shut up. I've been proven right. I've been vindicated in triplicate over and over again. You guys think you're part of the establishment? Think you're the ruling class leftist? You try to tell everybody what to do? You don't tell me what to do. I'm not going to shut up ever.
Didn't your kids almost get taken away?
Oh, I've got my kids full custody. Oh, you want to take people's kids away? Oh, I see. Oh, you want people's kids?
No, I don't want your kids.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know. You don't want those kids, do you? That's right. Go right to my kids, don't you? Jeffrey Epstein ran child kidnapping rings for Hillary.
Yeah,
and
that's garbage. Thank God he's dead.
Oh, Hillary. Oh, thank God he's dead because he can't rat Hillary out? You like Hillary?
What are you talking about Hillary for?
She's the one he was running it for. Oh, is Hillary good? It's like, hey, say David Duke's bad. I think he's terrible. Say Hillary's bad.
Hillary's bad.
Hillary's bad.
Hillary's bad.
Yay, all right.
Shut the f up now?
Sure, I'll be leaving soon.
All right.
There you go. Infowars.com.
So the general consensus amongst people that that paid attention is that he definitely did not kill himself. What do we do about it?
Well, we said they would kill him in that jail.
Well, so that aside,
We had a countdown every day till they murdered him.
What do you suppose we do about it then?
Well, we find out why he was taken there to be killed, and we find out why they ordered all the jail guards to take off 4 hours early, why they brought in special jail guards, why they turned the cameras off and the lights off. Now, everyone around the jail cell said he begged for his life and fought, and then they said, breathe, breathe, while they were choking him to death. And the first guy was a cop who was found with 4 dead bodies in his backyard, a big roidhead cop. Epstein said that guy tried to kill him, but they got in and stopped him. So that's the specifics of that. But see, normally they would just say conspiracy theory. Because imagine, we know the facts, we know what happened, we lay them out. They would misrepresent on the news and say, Alex says space aliens killed Epstein. That would then discredit me, but I didn't really say space aliens killed Epstein. But see how that disinfo works?
Yeah, see, but what I'm asking you specifically is like operating under the premise that he was murdered. What do you suppose we do about it?
We stop completely trusting everything that the establishment tells us, and we stop attacking people that question public events. Like there were people in 1990 that said that no babies had their brains bashed out by Saddam, and it later was declassified that it was a PR firm, it was all made up, and then millions died because of it. Okay, well, you'll be sued now if you question a public event. Whether it's real or not, you're not supposed to question public events. It's very un-American, very, very dangerous. Jeffrey Epstein was murdered! Woo! Jeffrey Epstein was murdered! Jeffrey Epstein was murdered to cover up a government blackmail deep state ring of underage girls and others to protect the Clintons. That is the reality. Hey, dude, pull your mask off and now you talk about Epstein. You're an expert. Listen to death. He's old. He's wise.
Epstein was low level in terms of he was getting older girls to get these guys primed. He was
wearing
a primer.
Glasses under the skull mask.
He was a primer. And what was happening after that and beyond that is stuff like with the finders, where they were grabbing kids, they were training themselves how to pick up little kids and bring these little kids and train them to be sex slaves. And so he's one part of this whole panopticon. And the finders then got killed in '93. And that was because the CIA got involved and said, this is national security. How can it be national security when you're stopping a child trafficking organization, an organization that they busted, that they think was procuring children for elite organizations? How does that happen? It's a pyramid scheme almost, but in reverse. It's like a child sex pyramid scheme where you get your friends in, then you get more friends in, and then you get their friends, and then you build this giant network of people that are totally compromised. Well, it's just like anything else. And humans, oh, hey, my friend's doing it. This must be cool. And then, oh, now kids get younger and younger and younger and younger. And then by that time you're inducted in, and then they're like, hey, now you got to sacrifice babies, and that's where it goes.
And with that, I think we're ready to wrap up.
The truth will not be silenced. No one can deny the facts. Number one organic meme, big tech can't stop it, is Epstein was murdered. Epstein did not commit suicide. And he was nothing but the maitre d', the butler, supplying thousands of children for the evil system that Hillary Clinton runs. Woo! And everyone involved at sucking at the demonic breast of Hillary and the deep state is complicit in child trafficking. Woo. Anybody want to ask questions or debate? Prove me wrong. Show. Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. Prove me wrong. Infowars.com.
I'm not just an entertainer. I'm an influence, a wielder of opinion, a force.
Do you have any people paid by the CIA who are working for television networks? I think we're getting into the kind of detail, Mr. Chairman, that I'd prefer to handle in executive session.
This is CNN.
Are those morons out there?
So stupid.
Sure, I got them like this.
You know what the public's like. A cage full of guinea pigs.
Boy, did I almost look stupid.
Good night, you stupid idiot. Good night, you miserable slob.
There are a lot of trained seals. I toss them a dead fish and they'll flap their flippers.
Oh, if they ever heard the way that psycho really talks.
I don't care who the f*** you have to call. Stop the hammering.
If you want your house to smell like fall, boil some orange peels with half a teaspoon of cinnamon on medium heat. I do this every fall and everyone loves it. And Epstein didn't kill himself. How to eat candy corn. You open the bag, you pour candy corn into trash can, and then Epstein didn't kill himself. The date was 39th December. Epstein was murdered to protect the names of elitist pedophiles who run the world. That was really interesting. I never thought of that. Alright, one more. The Barusa is a wild pig whose tusks can grow so long they curve backwards, ultimately impaling their skull and accidentally killing them, unlike Jeffrey Epstein, who was killed on purpose. This is what an igloo looks like when you build a fire inside. The fire inside melts the inner layer of ice and the cold outside refreezes it, adding a layer of insulation that can keep the igloo at 60 degrees inside while it's minus 50 outside, and Epstein didn't... Oh, come on. Me thinking I'm reading a cool new fun fact. Epstein didn't kill himself. Some say blue cheese is best, some say ranch dressing, but deep down we all know hummus is the... Oh, damn it! Some say Xbox is the best. Some say PlayStation best. Epstein not commit bad. Epstein memes gets a epic.
get Trump out of there, they're going after everybody. They've said it all over the news. These are terrorists. They've said, we get rid of Trump, we've got to destroy his base. We've got to flatten them. We've got to obliterate them. We've got to imprison them. And so you're like, well, we'll just have a shooting war. If you don't get up off your ass and get aggressive now in the info war, you're never gonna sit there and kill people or fight. Okay, and I don't want to kill people and I don't want to fight. Okay? I mean, I'm not a talker, folks. I'm actually a fighter, okay? All this talk's just a shadow of what I'll do in a war. And I'm not trying to brag here, but we don't want to go to this point, ladies and gentlemen. You want us to fight? Believe me, we're fighting hard just to stay on air. Forget the threats. That's easy to ignore. Forget all that. It's the money. And we just make it simple, InfoWarsStore.com, but spreading the word about the broadcast and buying the products and finding out which ones you like the best and continuing to use those as staples, that is absolutely the InfoWar. Without you, this dog doesn't hunt. Without you, it doesn't exist. So you're not the caboose. You're the engine. You understand? When you spread the word, it changes the world. When you buy the products, it fuels the coal in the engine that we are at ramming speed on a collision course for the enemy. You understand? They know we will chew them up. We've got their number. We're made for this. And we're going to bang heads till somebody's head breaks open and the brains hit the ground politically. I am ready to ram my head into them until my brains or their brains are on the ground. You understand? I will hammer my forehead into their forehead and will never stop. I enjoy it. You understand that? But I need fuel and I want to hit them at full speed. You understand? Full speed! And I can't stand not getting up to full speed. I want to hit them and obliterate them. I want to smash them harder than they've ever been hit.